What it do? What it do? What it do? What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Daga, and welcome to another Eagles Unleashed podcast with a special guest, Philly 500. I'm very humble for you to come on our podcast today, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. It's great to be back. I thank you for inviting me, man, and I'm glad that we could do this.
Yeah, of course, man. You're always welcome over here, And by the way, the crew is gonna be a little bit late today as well, man. Most likely Hada and Quaz is gonna be coming in, and maybe even Kev as well. But let's unravel what happened today so far, man, because there was a lot of signing on a lot of trades on happened today, as well. But first of all, okay, and this was a big one, man. We lost Milton. We know we lost Milton. We lost pretty much all the free agents that we had. We lost. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
which one do you think Philly 500 was the most significant loss we on from today's signings?
Well, let me say this because I think we got to remember. To me, the biggest and most significant free agent never became a free agent, and that's Zach Bond. Because to
Mm-hmm.
me, he was the guy you could not afford to lose. That was to me that would have created a big problem. As far as the guy that hurts that we did lose. I mean, look, I like Milt Williams a lot. I think you got guys that could come in and play. I would say, um, if I had to guess somebody, I would probably say Josh Sweat, only because I still think you need another pass rusher, but there's nobody, in my opinion, and this is why I'm feeling okay about what's happened so far. There is nobody that they don't have a plan to kind of replace already. I think with the young guys, the emergence of Jalen Hunt and Nolan Smith, I think they're doing the right thing. I think we're right on track, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I saw, like, especially on Twitter, I saw a lot of people, like, like going crazy over, like, we haven't made any moves, we're losing everybody and stuff like that. And, like, to me, I'm still relaxed, man. Like, I trust on
Yeah,
Howie, and I know he's gonna do the right thing, man. Especially the masterpiece that he put last year, and us winning the Super Bowl. And we gotta think we still have a lot of young guys on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
right.
On Now, Darius Slay, man, because I really want to go in depth on this. Okay, Darius Slay go to the Steelers. Okay, our neighbors. Okay, now,
Yeah.
do you think that the little beef or the little on situation that happened with CJ Gardner Johnson had any effect of him not signing back with us, or no?
No, I think the opposite. I think once he knew he wasn't coming back is when he started unleashing on CJ Gardner Johnson. Like I think he knew he wasn't coming back by the time he started talking smack about CJ and really about Jalen Hurts also. So
Hmm.
I think it was once that he knew the Eagles weren't bringing him back, then he started.
I gotcha. And how look. I'm sad that Josh Sweat left. I kind of knew he was gonna be like maybe a 99% that we were not gonna sign him. Now,
Right.
whenever I saw that the Browns signed Myles Garrett and we were out of that, okay, on Andrew Rankinson, he's still out there and they still kind of want to trade him and all that. I don't think we'll get him. However, I did had hope that we would have kept or we would have signed Milton Williams.
Mhm.
Now, who do you think is the biggest loss? Josh Sweat or Milton Williams?
I actually think Milton. I think Josh Sweat's the bigger loss, only because I think you've got guys that can replace. Like I think right now, when you look at it, right, you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Ojomo. Those are your three defensive tackles that you have, right? Your big three, anyways. You still got some other guys, and you're going into a draft where you could easily draft another defensive tackle. I think he's going to be for the Eagles. I think he's the easiest guy to replace because I think they've already got it set up with Ojomo. I think with Sweat, you know, I think you need to add a pass rusher. You still need a pass rusher. Right now, I think with what you got defensive tackle wise, I think you'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah, to me, tell you the truth, man, I think, like, I was really on. I wanted to keep more Milton Williams than Josh Sweat, just based really off like on the season. Even though Sweat he balled out on the Super Bowl, I gotta give him his
He did.
credit as well. But I feel like Milton Williams had a bigger upside, and I think he had
Yeah, he does.
a more impact throughout the season as well. Because I feel
Right.
like Josh Sweat, he disappeared a lot throughout the season, and Milton Williams, every time he had a chance, he was always like, if not hitting the quarterback, like getting sacks and all of that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do agree with that. I just think that when you look at trying to replace it, who's easier to replace, I think the Eagles got the guys. If you look at Ojomo, look at Jomo, especially at the end of the
I'm
year.
high on him.
He
Pause.
started. He started looking like Milton Williams a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago. So I see him kind of developing into Milton Williams. So I feel like with him, and I'm gonna tell you, I think Jordan Davis broke out in the playoffs. He had a huge sack in the NFC Championship game, huge sack in the Super Bowl. I thought he started playing really good. He's going to take his game, I believe, to another level too. So I just think you have the guys to be able to lessen the hurt of losing Milton Williams, even though he may be more of an upside than Josh Sweat at this point in his career. I think you have the guys to replace him. As we're on the edge, I still think you're missing a few guys.
Yeah, I feel the same way as well. Now, let me ask you this though: do you think too on that how he let like Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, on Slay, and all those guys walk, on and do you think we'll sign? Because for sure, 100% sure, we are gonna sign Jalen Carter. That's 100% fact.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we'll sign Jordan Davis as well?
Yeah. I think you'll see Jordan Davis signed. I think you're going to see this year. I think you're going to see Cam Jurgens and Jordan Davis both get extensions. Right now, it's a good time to sign Jordan Davis. He doesn't have giant, huge statistics to back up some big salary. Get him cheap right now. While you probably get him pretty cheap. I think they're going to sign him. I do. We're actually right now we're suffering the fact that the Eagles have picked really good over the course of the last 3 or 4 years because we're getting all these salaries up for extensions at the same time. They're all coming up at the same time, because we're hitting on our second round picks. We're hitting on our third round picks. We're hitting on our first round picks. So they're all their extensions are like at the same time. So it's kind of crazy, but no, I think Jurgens and Davis this year. I think next year you get Carter signed.
Yeah, I have the same feeling too. I hope we'll sign both of them. But like I said, I know 100% that we're gonna sign Jalen Carter. Now Davis, it all depends, on. But like you said, right now he's gonna be dirt cheap if we sign him right now. And if he has a breakout season, oh man, it's gonna be just like with Bond. You know what I'm saying? So we got, like you said, we have to sign him right away, man.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Now, another thing as well on that I want to ask on Vic Fangio, man.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk a little bit about the season as well, how he went. He took this 32 ranked defense to number 1. Okay, he kept on Patrick Mahomes at bay the whole game pretty much, until our second, third string came along. All right. Do you think he's the best defensive coordinator we ever had? Even better than Jim Johnson?
No. There's a couple guys. There's a Hall of Fame guy named Bud Carson that was he was a defensive coordinator back in that 91 defense, which is the greatest defense I've ever seen. He was there for that, and he was also, he was a member of the Steelers and stuff like that. Then you had Jim Johnson, who was really, really good with the Eagles under the Reed era, and then you have he's up there. I think he's like maybe third, but I couldn't put him 1 at this point over Bud Carson or Jim Johnson at this point in time.
Okay. Now, look, I've been on, I said this plenty of times already, man. I've been an Eagles fan since 2016, all right? So I didn't really watch those Eagles. I've seen highlights and stuff like that. All right. On but for what Vic Vangel did, transform this defense, and not only that, transform this defense, man. On it last year, it's pretty much the same guy that we had last year, and not only that, keeping Patrick Mahomes, which a lot of people consider, before this game, before the Super Bowl, they consider even Patrick Mahomes better than Tom Brady, okay, as well, and keeping him from not even getting to the 50-yard line almost the whole game. Keep like scoring 34 points on him and not letting him score not even a field goal. I think this is unheard. I never seen that first of all done before, especially in a Super Bowl. So how much credit do you give Vic Vangel for on this the whole season, and not only that for the Super Bowl as well?
Oh, I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he deserves a lot of credit. I mean, he got those guys to play. What he's very good at is he's very good at taking a guy, taking what they do well, and using it to their benefit. You know what I mean? It's not like if you remember what like Desai and even Gannon previous years was like, okay, we want you to drop in a coverage, and they would just drop a guy in coverage, even though if he stunk at it or if it wasn't the right time. It was like they tried to put basically like a square peg in a round hole. He's very good at figuring out what people do best and making it work. Also, I think that, we also had some big additions. The secondary was really good this year. The linebackers with Zach Ball was really good this year. And then you had another, you had Jalen Carter and those guys another year in. So he definitely deserves a lot of credit for getting the best out of those guys, I think.
Yeah, I had that. Look, man, I really do give a lot of credit for Vic Vangel for the season. Getting the our defense together and all of that as well, man. Hey, how you doing, Quasi?
Yo, what's up? What's up, bro? My bad. I thought it was at 9 o'clock my time, bro.
Nah, you good? You good, man?
What's
You
happening?
good.
Hey, what's up, 5500?
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Now, I was just asking him like how much credit on he gives. Oh, Philly 500 gives Vic Vangel, on for this season, and not only that for the Super Bowl win as well.
Oh yeah, he gets all the credit in the
Yo,
world. For us
What's going
being
on, Hada?
what's up, Potter?
what's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good,
What's
y'all? What's
happening?
good, Five? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? How are you?
Same old stuff.
But
Can't
yeah,
complain,
Now,
man. Can't complain at all.
I was just asking Hada. I was just asking Philly 500 and Quasi how much they give Vic Vangel, how much credit they give him for the not only the Super Bowl win, but also the season that we had as well. And Quasi was just about to speak out right now. Go ahead, Quasi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, he gets all the credit in the world because he brought our defense all the way to the #1 defense, and for us to come from the 31st ranked defense a year ago and to be the best defense the next year, that says a lot about the coaching, man. And it says a lot that Dylan did. We thought we had something with what was his name that came from Tampa Bay. We was able to move on from him, so he
Devin
clearly knew
White.
what he was talking about. Yeah, so he gets all the credit in the world, man. Hey, he did a great job with the guys that we had. So I can't be nothing but more than happy.
What about you, Hada?
Oh man, I think he did fantastic. I mean, y'all know how I feel about Vic Fangio. I've been saying it, since he got here that he was going to be special. We've been trying to emulate his defense for a while, and sometimes it didn't work out the way we wanted it. But for some reason, man, he's just a mastermind. He just know how to get the guys to rally, behind him, do what he say, play the way he want these guys to play. He even make the young guys. He got the young guys playing, elite level football, and they just their first year in the NFL.
Yeah.
Look at Quinyon, look at Cooper. A lot of people just can't do that. But Vic Fangio, man, I give him all the credit in the world. And I'm gonna say it like this. We're gonna probably talk about all of the free agent moves that's been happening, but as long as we got Vic Fangio, this defense and this team is gonna be okay. I honestly believe
Oh,
that.
that's beautiful. You went right where I wanted you guys to go with, man. You know, we were right there. Awesome. Because I want to ask you guys this. All right, we lost Clay. We lost on Isaiah Rogers. How confident are you guys? And I'll start with you, Philip Hundred first. How confident are you guys that Killing Ringo is ready to be the number 2 corner, starting corner this coming up season?
I'll be honest. I'm 50-50. You know, I think he showed some flashes. I think people have given up on him too quick. He hasn't really got a chance. But I got to see more before I can say, yeah, I buy into it. It would be nice if they brought somebody else in to kind of compete with him. I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm willing to say, all right, yeah, let's see what he does. But I couldn't tell you that I'm like 100% confident in him. I'm kind of 50-50 on him, to be honest with you.
Go ahead, Hada, and then Quasi.
Oh, talking about Khalil Ringo?
Yeah, Khalil Ringo. How confident are you that
you said Khalil Ringo?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like 500 with that, man. I like him, you know, on special teams, but when it comes to, you know, being a second cornerback or being out there on the outside, I'm not fully confident in this guy. You know, and this on special team, this dude is a great gunner, you know, one of those guys. But I feel like we need to probably bring somebody else in here, you know, to help out in the cornerback room because I'm just not sure about Khalil Ringo. But if it was to happen, right, then I would rely on CJ, GJ, and Reed Blankenship to kind of help this guy, you know, if he do get burnt or, you know, he do get in trouble. So I would just rely on the corners to do it, but I definitely feel like we need to get somebody in here.
What about you, Quasi?
Yeah, I agree with Harden, man. You know, I feel like, you know, since Sladen signed back with us, I definitely feel like we should have brought in Isaiah Rogers to give him some more competition. Now, I know Isaiah Rogers kind of got picked on in a couple of games, but in those the snaps that he did get, he did make plays for us and stuff. So I feel like with Kelly Ringo, I just feel like he's not smart enough to play. I'm not trying to assault him, but I just feel like he's not smart enough to play the position yet because he gets a lot of bonehead plays, in my opinion. I just feel like he don't know how to get his head around and make a play on the ball yet. Like he's sticky in coverage, but I just don't feel like he knows how to make a play on the ball yet. Because every time, I mean, we saw it in the preseason, but it's like it was some games when he had to get in, like they instantly started attacking that side of the field, and like it was like ease. But you know, I still feel like he got something to develop and to do. But we definitely, in my opinion, we definitely need to explore another cornerback. I just don't feel like he's ready. I think he's more of a safety.
Okay. Oh, actually, bro, I'm not gonna lie. From what I've seen, of course, I think he needs to improve a lot still. But I think with the coaching that we have, and I was gonna say, man, coaching matters. You know, you can see what happened with our linebackers because coaching mattered. We didn't have Vic Venture last year. We didn't have the linebacker coach on I forgot his last name, his first name, something King from the Titans. You know, on the linebackers coach. Okay, I think those guys they were essential on hurt on the defensive line coach. Okay, those guys on I think they're the main reason why our defense was so good. You know, yeah, of course we had dogs on defense and all of that, but if it wasn't because of them, if it wasn't because of those coaches that we acquired during the offseason last year, I don't think this defense would go from 32 to number 1. You know, we'd have probably like on the beginning of the season we were thinking about like, oh, if we were a top 15 defense, we were gonna be happy, you know. And we had a number 1 defense, and with these coaches, you know, and the DB coach as well, you know, which is really good as well. I think he can get Kelly Ringo ready, you know, on the beginning, maybe not the beginning of the season, by the third or fourth game. I think he'll be ready, especially with Kendall Mitchell help him out, Cooper DeJean, CJ Garner Johnson, which has some on Reed Blankenship, you know, I think he'll be ready on, you know, for the start of the season. I'm high on him. I'm not gonna lie, I am.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to giving him a chance. I would like somebody else to compete with him. Obviously, man, for what did Rodgers got $8 million for 2 years guaranteed.
Yep.
If they really wanted him back, they could have signed him. So they told us right there they don't want him back. So what's the plan there? I'm not sure. We have seen their plan. We really haven't seen how he wants to do. He's kind of let these guys go out and spend all this money, and he's kind of letting that first wave of free agency go. But I'm not sure we've seen him really address that cornerback position yet. At least to bring in some competition.
True.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
Go ahead, Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of feel the same way. With Howie, man, Howie never really does, what everybody else does. It's like Howie, when the NFL zig, Howie zag. He always do something a little bit different. In my opinion, that's how he stay ahead of everybody else. Everybody right now is overspending, right? I mean, that's how I feel. But Howie is waiting to find that gem, that person that somebody overlooked, like a Zach Bond, right? Or like a Reed Blankenship. He's looking to find those type of guys, and that helps us out in the long run, when it comes to contract times and stuff like that. So I like what Howie doing right now. And Howie, I trust Howie, man. I do. He said that it was going to look a little different. He said that. So I'm not going to get overly concerned because we said a lot of things. We said a lot of things last year, like I'm concerned about the linebacker position. I'm concerned about this, and Howie addressed everything. He addressed it. So I know that he's going to do that again. It's going to happen again.
Fact.
Yeah.
Now, on the offense a little bit. Let's continue to the offense a little bit. Okay. And Mekhi Becton, he's still out there. Okay, on free agent. What is the possibility? What is the percentage possibility that you guys think that we can re-sign him this season? Well, for this upcoming season. Can start with you first, Philly 500.
I think 50-50. I think it's up in the air. I think the Eagles would like him to come back. I think it sounds like on some level he'd like to come back, but the money's got to be right. So I think it's 50-50. I think there's a chance, but it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they don't sign him at the end of the day. So I think we just got to wait and see.
Yeah. What about you, brother?
Yeah, I agree. I'll tell you this much: if we're gonna spend some money, we better spend some money on him because, like, I just feel like if you want to still see Saquon run the ball like that too, not saying that he can't do it without him, but he was a major part, right? Why Saquon was able to break some of those holes. Pause. But I feel like it's a 60-40 chance, but we need to get that done for sure. We need to get that done. I feel like that's a no-brainer. Like, you gotta bring him back.
What do you think, Hunter?
Man, I'm hoping to 80%. I need Becton back. I need that to really be the next shoe to drop. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I feel about the trenches, man. I feel like how we always feeds into the trenches, always make sure we strong, we heavy there. And I really feel like he's gonna do that again this season. And I think we lost some guys on the defensive side. I think Howie wants to keep the offensive line the same this season. And I'm hoping that Becton is the next guy that he signed, bro. Because I would hate to lose Becton because I trust Tyler Steen. I like Tyler Steen, but I think Becton is just a different monster, dog.
Hey, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot. Hey, I forgot, bro. Reed Blankenship a free agent too.
Next year, I think next year.
Damn, I thought he was a free agent this year.
No,
I think he's a free agent next year. Yeah.
Yeah, next year.
But if you look at what they're doing though, like they're talking to a lot of safeties at this draft. So I'm wondering if they're going to get a safety early and let Reed Blankenship walk after this year. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but
I think they will. And the only reason why, and great point, 500, and the only reason why I say that as well, because just thinking about 2 years or so, we're gonna have to sign Cooper DeJean and we're gonna have to sign Quentin Mitchell. Okay. The cornerback market just went up a lot higher right now whenever they just signed the Panthers signed CJ Horn for, I think it's $25 million. Okay. Yeah. Which is crazy money right there for a corner. All right. So
It is.
we know Quino Mitchell is gonna be probably like 30 mil, okay, for Quino Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean is probably gonna be about that 20-25 mil since he's playing a slot corner, okay. So I think and now we still have CJ Gardner Johnson that we are paying as well, Now
Right.
back to the back. I feel back to the Becton on Hada. I feel the same way too, man. I feel like we have to sign him back and try to keep that on that offense as close as on consistent as possible. Okay, we gotta keep the same thing, especially though they already have chemistry and stuff like that. Because just in case we take a step back on defense, our offense we can hang on our offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because the whole if we keep back, then everybody on offense is gonna be the starting lineup is gonna be the same thing. We're not gonna lose one person. Maybe Goddard if we do trade Goddard. But I think signing
that would
back
suck,
would have
dude.
been
That would suck.
That's the one that I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm
That
gonna get
one
pissed off. If that happened, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, me too, bro.
And that's what I was gonna ask you guys.
We gotta get
Me
GD
three.
back.
Yeah, me three, because I don't understand that you're creating a hole you don't have. Why create a hole you don't need to worry about?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Now, how do you look? To me, the only way we are trading on Goddard is if Howie's trying to make a big move for another tight end. Now, I don't know a good tight end out there, or maybe even in a draft. But that's the only way I see us moving on from Goddard. Now, how do you guys feel about because they're saying that the Eagles want it on they're trying to get at least a fourth for Goddard. How do you guys feel about moving on from Goddard and the compensation that we want from Goddard as well? Go ahead, Philly 500. You can start.
I don't understand it. I have no issue with drafting a tight end early. But even if you're drafting a tight end, right, it's not going to be that kid Warren. It's not going to be Tyler Warren from Penn State. He's going to be long gone. So you're telling me that any of these tight ends that we draft is ready to come in and start year one? It just makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. You have Goddard who can catch and block, and I don't want a situation where you have a receiving tight end and a blocking tight end. And your receiving tight ends out there, it's giving it away that you're passing the ball. You have a blocking tight end out there, giving it away that you're blocking. I need a guy that can do both. So to me, I just think, at least from the way it looks right now, and I don't know how he's thinking or if he's going to get somebody else and be like, all right, now that makes sense. But from outside looking in, it just seems like you're creating a problem you don't have. Draft a tight end early, fine. Let him back up Goddard for a year and then let Goddard go. But to do it when you don't have a tight end doesn't make sense to me at all. So I'm kind of lost of what they're doing here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with 500, man. You can't, even though he's injury prone, but bro, when he's healthy, bro, our team is damn near unstoppable because he can run. He's a big part of our run blocking. So for me, I feel like we'll be doing ourselves a disservice if we let him go. And the fourth round pick, I need more like a third round pick. I ain't gonna lie, but I agree with we should definitely draft another tight end because Calcaterra he got injury history too, and he can't block to save his life. So he can't be the starter just off that alone. But it wouldn't help us trade Dallas Goedert because we entering in our we entering this dynasty, so we need to try to keep as many keep these players as long as we possibly can until they show us that they can't play. Then I will let them go. But but like y'all said, we can't pay everybody. But in this situation, bro, we can give him some guaranteed money and be done with it. Because I think he don't have no guaranteed money left on his contract. But I don't feel like we should trade him. Like that's not a smart thing. Because if you trade him, any team he go to, their offense is automatically getting better, bro. Like that team is getting better just like that. Like he's just not a pat. He's an all around tight end.
Fact. What about you, Hada?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with y'all, man. I'm a big Dallas Goedert fan, right? And I'm not just because how good he is. It's because he does a lot on the offense, like you said, man. He's a passing tight end, a blocking tight end, and the worst thing that I would hate is for us or this offense to take a step back in 12-man personnel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We use 12-man personnel a lot, like a whole lot. And we sometimes disguise Goddard as a blocker. We put him out there in the flats. He could do everything on the field. You know what I'm saying? So we need somebody like Philly 5 said. I don't want them to see what's coming. Pause. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we know this dude can only can block, or we know this dude can catch. I want somebody who's a full package, Pause, who can do everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially in 12-man personnel, 11-man personnel, whatever it is, Goddard could do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a terrible mistake if we let Dallas Goedert leave. He is like injury prone, but when he's in the game, bro, his physicality, you know what I'm saying? How dynamic he is, how violent he is, you know what I'm saying? Did you see when he like stiff armed the dude like 4 times to get in the end zone? That's the type of physicality we need on offense. You know what I'm saying? So Howie, don't make that move, please. There's no conversation right now, unless it was like, you know, like a second round pick or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe we, like y'all said, we could bring in. I like this guy. I'm real big on this guy, Harold Fannin Jr. from Bowling Green. This kid had like 117 catches, 1,500 yards, like multiple touchdowns. I think like 10 plus touchdowns. This kid is good, but he's not ready. And he's in our range, you know, in the draft. But he's not ready to come in and start. He's not Dallas Goedert. So
I wonder if this whole idea. And I don't mean to cut anybody off. I wonder if this is a ploy. Like, I wonder if this is all part of contract negotiations. Like, putting it out there, we're trying to move him. We'll be happy to move him. That kind of thing. If you remember last year, they kind of did the same thing with Josh Sweat. And Josh Sweat actually tweeted like it was good being in the city. Like, he thought he was gone. And then they were able to restructure. So hopefully they can figure a way to restructure him, give him a couple more years, and then, you know, then bring in a guy like he's talking about in the draft. Let him learn, let him play behind him for a year or two. I think that's the best case scenario.
But let's go back though, because and I don't want Goddard to go either. You know, I love Goddard, man. He just like all you guys said, his physicality. He's an all around player. We don't win without him. You know, on the ball as well. Okay, and like he's essential to this offense. Okay, and he's a security blanket for Jalen Hurts as well. You know, now
absolutely.
Let's go back to what happened to Zach Hurts. You know, whenever he was 30 and we brought in on Dallas Goedert, we let Zach Hurts walk as well. You know, I don't know. No, I think we traded him. But anyways, I don't see us doing it. Okay, I don't see us getting rid of Dallas Goedert. But I wouldn't be surprised if how he actually make this move, you know.
Yeah.
Now, let me put it this way: would you guys be willing to trade Goddard for what is his name? The pass rusher from the Bengals.
No, fuck no. Absolutely not. I didn't even know who he was until people start talking about him.
Henderson.
No,
absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
You've got to. I saw today they said wherever he gets traded to, they got to redo his contract. So you're gonna have to pay him $40 million. No, I'm not doing it. Look, I'm telling you right now, Jalen Hunt's a player. That kid's going to be a player. You got to continue to let him get reps and play. We don't need it. I mean, it would have been great, to get a Myles Garrett. Yeah, that'd be cool, but you don't need it. You just need guys that can come in and play in that rotation and be effective. And you got to let those young guys get snaps, man. I think Jalen Hunt another year playing. I think he's only going to be better. I think Nolan Smith broke out in the playoffs. I think we're good. We don't need to do anything like that. To go out and get Hendrickson, give him all that money, and then sit there and lose Goddard. I don't want to do that. Not at all.
I would have just rather them pay Sweat or Milton if you was gonna pay somebody. I don't want to. I don't really. I ain't saying he's trash. I ain't really started hearing his name until like around this time. So I don't know if he's good or not. I'm not trading him for Dallas Goedert.
He's a baller.
He's
a baller.
No, he's damn good. Damn good.
31.
Hit 31. Oh no, we didn't even pay Hassan Reddick.
Like that. Yeah, I mean he's good, but I mean, those pass rushers are making over $40 million a year. You see that the whole Cowboys free agency all went up in flames because they got to pay Parsons over $40 million now.
40.
So,
But I don't think
a
look,
lot of money.
I don't think he
I
would
hope
have
they
get
paid
that
him.
much. I don't think that Hendrickson would have get that much just based off he's 30 years old and he's not nearly as good as Miles Garrett
See, I
or
think he gets it.
I think he might be as good as Micah Parsons. I don't think I think Micah Parsons is just overrated, tell you the truth.
Bro,
You
I've
know?
been saying this since his rookie year. I've been saying this. I've been saying he was overrated.
Yeah.
I'm on
But
record been saying it.
Look, man, I want to talk about this as well because I think like a lot of even with some Eagles fan as well that this get on pass over our head pause on Jalen Hurts, man. You know, I wanna ask you guys like, what role do you really think that Jalen Hurts play on our offense this season? You know, because a lot of people saying like, oh, it was the super team that we had on. It was on the Barkley, you know, the 2,000 yards running on. So, what role and how good do you guys really think Jalen Hurts is, and do you think he can keep up on improving and hopefully even getting us to another Super Bowl and winning another Super Bowl? You can go ahead first, Philly.
I think, look, I'm going to say this now. People think I'm crazy, but I think Jalen Hurts is a top 3 quarterback. You tell me, think about right now, how many starters are in their prime? Starting quarterbacks are in their prime and have won a Super Bowl. But what? Mahomes and Hurts. Who else?
Yeah.
Hurts' best games have been against who? The Chiefs and Mahomes.
The best.
This guy is a winner. He's a stone cold killer.
Yeah.
And what happens is all
Absolutely.
these people get enamored with all these stats and these passing numbers in the regular season. But what happens in the playoffs? Everybody's passing numbers come down and they look like Jalen Hurts numbers. Jalen Hurts plays playoff football all year long. These other guys don't. Jalen Hurts, to me, is very important to his team, very important to his offense. And you couldn't do it without him. I truly believe that.
Before I cut you off, if you want to say Vikings and Pro Bowl cornerback Byron Murphy agreed to terms on a monster 3 years, $66 million contract, $22 million average per year.
Hey, Brian Murphy,
Vikings.
was that the former Cowboys cornerback?
I think he was I want to say Baltimore.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was a Baltimore, yeah.
But yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm on record saying that I believe we're gonna with this team and Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. I believe we're gonna win at least 4 championships. And my reason is because like what 500 said, like he don't care about the stats. He only care about the results, which is winning. But you know, like I said, I feel like watching the Super Bowl and looking at him call the lines, call the plays from the line and audible out of certain plays for Saquon. I feel like he's only gonna continue to get better. I feel like he's gonna have better numbers this season. And people like to they like to discredit him. Now they want to compare him to Troy Aikman and Troy. What's the other guy name? What's the other what was the other guy name? They said they it was the Steelers, I think. What was his name? It was a quarterback they said wasn't really good, but they had a good team. He won a bunch of Trent Dilfer. Yeah, they comparing them to him, and it's like and they saying but they, that's why I said perception is everything, bro. And a lot of people they jump on like they ready to ride the high hand. Whatever person is doing something in that moment, they ready to give them their flowers. But they don't look at his whole career. They acting like Jalen Hurts has thrown 2,900 yards his whole season, his whole career. Like, did y'all not just witness him go be in MVP conversation the last 2 years before this season it came up? Like, did y'all not see him have 3,800 yards passing, over 15 rushing touchdowns, 600 yards, over 60 some completion every year? His completion percentage is getting higher. So it's like it's not like he can't do it. He just don't care. And the team made sacrifices so we can accomplish this ring, bro. You have to make sacrifices, and that's my thing, bro. Like, people they want to they had it in their mind that look, this is who Jalen Hurts is. So when Jalen Hurts start proving them wrong, they start moving the goalposts. So now it's just the team. Now it's the team, and he don't do nothing but stand on the field.
Go ahead, Hada.
Jalen Hurts is elite. Like, I don't know how else to slice it. Jalen Hurts is elite. Philly said top 3. I'm saying top 3, top 2. I'm giving them even better because who else beat Patrick Mahomes at the highest level? That's still in the National Football League.
Well, according to everybody, according to everybody, it's just a team. It's not Hurts. It's not Hurts. Is not a part of the team now.
That's what I'm saying. But they told me also that Hurts was going to be the reason why this team fails. They told me that at the beginning. That's what they said in the beginning of the season, right? They say Lamar better than Jalen, right? They say Joe Burrow better than Jalen. And granted, these are really good quarterbacks. Josh Allen better than Jalen. These are really good quarterbacks, right? I'm not going to take away from how good these guys are, right? But none of these guys could beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC title game, not no playoff run, right? You just can't do it. But Jalen Hurts beat him at played him or even better the first game, right? And then completely outdueled him the second game, right? So how can you not say Jalen Hurts is elite? What makes you think or say in your mind that he's not elite because he don't have 4,000 passing yards? He never had 4,000 passing yards. I don't even think Joe Montana had 4,000 passing yard season, if I remember correctly. You know what I'm saying? But he still won championships. He still was considered a good quarterback.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though, bro?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I cut you off. My bad. Go ahead, Harder.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say the way I judge it is simply, all right, you got a minute 45 left in a game. You got to go score a touchdown. Who do you trust to go down and do it? Do you trust Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson? Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. I'll take Jalen Hurts over any of those guys. I know he'll go get the job done. I will.
Yes.
So I don't see how he's not an elite quarterback. The biggest stages he's played his best games. Now, his best 2 games of his career were both Super Bowls against Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
So to me, people want to get enamored by the numbers. Like, I mean, look at Justin Herbert. Guy throws 3 interceptions all year.
Four.
He threw 3 all year. All they talked about is he only threw 3 a year. He throws 4 in one game. As soon as the playoffs come, when playoffs start, games are different. It's different football. All these quarterbacks' numbers, their throwing numbers come down. Their numbers come down, and the guys that throw 40 times a game usually lose. Jalen Hurts is consistent. He plays the same way week 1 as he does in the playoffs. He's a stone cold killer. That's what I believe.
And to add to that, man, and let me say this to me and I said it in the beginning after we won the Super Bowl, right after we won as well. I would have still put Patrick Mahomes number 1 and Jalen Hurts at number 2.
I'm okay with that.
And if you would have put Lamar Jackson, if you would have put Josh Allen, if you would have put Joe Burrow on the Eagles team, I don't think maybe we would have gone to a Super Bowl or maybe we would have gone to an NFC Championship game, but I don't think we would have won the Super Bowl this year. Okay, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you the right. But like all those passing yards and this and that, and they're elite and this and that. Yeah, I think Josh Allen, I think Lamar Jackson, and I think Joe Burrow. They're all three of them are elite as well. But there's one thing that Jalen Hurts has that those guys, not even Patrick Mahomes has, okay, is reading running the RPO. Okay. I don't think Barkley would have 2,000 yards without Jalen Hurts.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Now a lot of people is gonna say, oh, it was an offensive line, which the offensive line has a huge part of it as well. But a lot of those runs as well, especially those 60 yards runs, it was because of Jalen Hurts telling Barkley where he had to be at as well. You know, and changing from a passing to the run game to the run as well. you know. And I think Jalen Hurts is the best at that beyond anybody else, even Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Why didn't Lamar Jackson were able to even beat Josh Allen, you know, with Derrick Henry as well? You know what I'm saying? And he had an elite on defense.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
but
So
apparently
Stack
none of
team.
that matters. Long as we got but we got everything, but nobody else got nothing.
and that's one of the reasons why I believe that Jalen Hurts maybe not 4 Super Bowls, but I said this as well about 2 years back, and I told this to it wasn't Philly 500. I told this to Philly Mike. I went on one of his podcasts and I told him like, hey Philly Mike, let me tell you something. Jalen Hurts, he's just like I don't know if you guys follow soccer much, or if you know this guy, but Cristiano Ronaldo. He's just like Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is like one of the best soccer players on ever. Cristiano Ronaldo, he has five MVP on. Oh, you would be like considered MVPs, okay? But he's a beast, okay? And the reason why he's a beast is because he works so hard. And I think that's why Jalen Hurts, and he works so hard, and that's why I believe Jalen Hurts is gonna get that at least another 2 Super Bowls with the Eagles because of how hard he works and he's selfless. Okay. And he put the team ahead of himself, you know. And just like all of you guys said, he doesn't care about the stats, he doesn't care about any of that. All he cares about is winning. And I take that over any stats any day.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though? Like I was saying though, like they'll say this like I said, these fan bases and analysts, they all are prisoners of the moment. Like they'll see these quarterbacks doing all this, and then now the narrative is like, oh, just because you win Super Bowl MVP don't mean you're elite. But you're trying to uphold regular season stats.
Right.
How does that even make sense? Then you sit up here and tell me you said it don't matter what you put around Jalen Hurts, y'all not gonna win. That was the Cowboys' main thing. It don't matter if you get AJ Brown, you're still not gonna be able to. How you gonna give him the ball?
Right.
Might have his best career numbers when he gets to Philadelphia, but Hurts don't get credit for that. Then they just keep moving the goat. Like these people are so butthurt by this dude winning Super Bowl MVP because it's not their favorite quarterback. I just don't get it, bro. Like how you gonna hate on that? How can you hate on that? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
you just
crazy.
can't, man. You really just can't. And I think like even if the Eagles and Jalen Hurts win another Super Bowl, the Eagles they still gonna move the goalposts and say some another ridiculous take. You know.
You know what's crazy also is that they go in the Super Bowl and it's like going into that game, it was like if the Chiefs shut down Saquon Barkley, the Eagles will not win. They gotta shut down Barkley and they got this game. Well, they did a great job against Barkley. He did nothing. It was Jalen Hurts' arm that beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And in the biggest stage, and that's 2 times in a row that he's played Mahomes in a Super Bowl and played really, really good. That's not a mistake, man. That's not a fluke. It just isn't.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get them people to understand. I be asking them on TikTok, like if these people y'all saying these quarterbacks are so elite, why can they not win where they at? You ain't finna sit here and tell me that the Eagles are the only good team in the NFL, bro. These folks had plenty of help. Why can they not get the job done where they at? How you just gonna sit up here and say, oh, y'all get everything, bro? It matters. Chemistry matters, bro. Development matters. Practices matter. Like chemistry matters, bro. You ain't just finna come over and win just because you showed that you can throw a whole bunch of stats, bro. But you've shown over the time that you cannot win in big games. These quarterbacks that they talking about, they don't win. If they so elite, why can't they just do this one simple thing? If it was so easy for them, why can't they just get over the hump at least one time?
Right.
Because they not like that, bro.
They're not elite. They're not elite.
No.
They're not elite, Quest. They're not Jalen Hurts. And the thing is Jalen Hurts, like you said, he know how to win, but Jalen Hurts know how to work. Jalen Hurts don't be like, okay, I gotta say this and I gotta do that. Jalen Hurts stay to himself the whole season. You know what I'm saying? He just put his head down and work. And that's the thing that really get Jalen to the next level is because his work ethic is so crazy. His leadership is so crazy. The way he command that offense is so crazy. People said when Jason Kelsey left that we was gonna be in trouble because who gonna call the checks? Like
Right.
Jalen Hurts was immaculate at calling the checks this season. Like he was immaculate.
Facts.
Yeah.
So we never missed
Yeah.
a beat. And Jason Kelsey was a great center, one of the best centers I ever seen. But at the same time, Jalen took over calling checks, and that's why we're gonna continue to win Lombardis. I don't think we're gonna win 2 more Lombardis. I think we're gonna win at least 3 to 4. I want 3 to 4 more
I got
Lombardis.
4. Got us
I
winning
want
4.
Hold in
I
there,
ain't gonna say
baby.
4 in a row,
Amen to
but
that.
I got us winning at least 4
Love
when
it.
it's all
Yeah.
said and done.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And
Let the Commanders
ask you
go
about
out and spend all their money.
this.
They've
Stay
done
on
nothing
Commanders,
that
man.
scares me right now.
I want
Hell
to
no.
hear from you guys. You know, even though it's not, it is not completely Eagles related, but it's on the NFC East, man. On the Giants, I think they just signed Russell Wilson, man. How do you guys feel
Who
about
the
that? Russell
Giants
Wilson going?
did?
Yes. How do you guys feel about Russell Wilson going to the Giants?
The Cowboys gonna finish last. That's what I got.
I think it's funny. I think the Giants
Hey.
made a major mistake. Major mistake. Here's the thing about it. Why would you keep that GM? Right? Because you've got now a GM who's more worried about winning games next year than rebuilding the team the right way. He's worried about his job. You think he cares about first round picks 2 years from now and second round picks? He doesn't care. He cares about winning now. That's why you go out and get Russell Wilson, so you can pad your wins and hopefully keep your job. I think it's a complete waste. And I think Russell Wilson's shot, and the Giants better hope that they get a quarterback in this draft. Otherwise, they're in big trouble.
They better fix their offensive line.
Absolutely.
What about you, Hada? You're gonna say something.
Bro, we got Jalen Carter. We got Jalen Carter. Like you need a quarterback who can run, who can move around. You know what I'm saying? We got Nolan Smith. We got guys who getting after the quarterback. And you're gonna sit here and get Russell Wilson and Darren headlights. JC is gonna kill him this year. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about he can throw the ball 50, 60 yards. So I'm not worried about it. That's not gonna work.
Really?
I would, if they probably been better off getting somebody in the draft who can move around.
They should have got. They were better off getting Sam Darnold before him, or Kirk Cousins, something like that.
Dude, what they did, what happened to them? I don't know if you guys talk to any Giant fans, but they're always like, "Yeah, we're ready to move on this season. We're ready to move on." Yeah, I would want to move on too. When you look like the biggest morons in the history of management of a sports team. I mean, with that, what was it? The off-season thing, the Hard Knocks all season with them talking about the way they did with Barkley, and for Barkley to go get 2,000 yards, win a Super Bowl. I just can't understand it, how that GM kept his job. And then now you're going to let him try to build your team going in the future. All he's worried about is trying to keep his job, because he knows if they lose a lot next year, he's gone. So you go out and you get Russell Wilson. They shouldn't be getting Russell Wilson. They should be rebuilding that team from scratch. That's what they should be doing.
That is true. And I think by them,
fact,
getting Russell Wilson as well, I think they're gonna they probably gonna try to draft Travis Hunter. I think that's who they're gonna try to grab. I don't even think they're gonna try to grab a quarterback, to tell you the truth.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
They're gonna waste his career, just like they did Odell Beckham. You know what I mean? Everybody who's gonna say he's the greatest, they're gonna waste his career.
Bro, both of them should have been fired.
I'm telling you.
Say that again, Quasi?
Terrible.
What'd you say?
I said both of them should got
GM.
fired this season that just passed, the coach and the GM.
Yeah.
Just off the strength alone, what they did against Saquon. Saquon alone should have got them fired.
That is true.
100%.
That is true. Now, before we get out of here, I already heard from Philly 500, but I want to ask you on Hada and Quasi as well, because they were here on the beginning of the stream. Yo, with all the signings, all everybody that we lost today, who do you think is gonna be make the most impact of leaving the Eagles, between Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers, Milton Williams, and Josh Sweat?
Probably
You
Slay,
go
but
ahead first, Quasi.
they're saying that the deal ain't even finalized yet. They saying they in the process of making the deal, but he ain't
Oh, the
signed the
Darius
deal yet.
Slay.
Yeah, but I still don't think he's coming back because I think he's scared of CJ. But yeah, you could probably Slay or as Isaiah Rogers or Milton. Either one, shit.
I'm gonna say Milton.
We don't got him, so it don't
I'm
really
gonna say
matter.
Yeah,
You said Milton.
I'm gonna say Milton, bro. Milton was I'm gonna say Milton. Milton is a dog, a young dog is at that. You know what he did in the Super Bowl was magnificent. You know what I mean? And what he did this whole last little was magnificent. The Patriots, I'm not sure that's gonna be a good team. They put a bunch of money into that team so far this free agency, but I turn out. But I still think Milton will probably be the best Eagle that left so far.
Who's their coach? The Patriots coach.
Vrabel.
Yeah, Mike
Mayo?
Vrabel. Oh yeah.
Was it Vrabel? Oh shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They get Vrabel.
Hell yeah.
That's true. And the Patriots so far, they already spent 165 mil on this offseason so far already.
Yeah, he spent some.
Who are they get? Milton Williams.
Crazy.
Who are they get?
They got Landry
Harold
from
Landry.
Titans. Yeah, Harold Landry went there.
Yep.
Who else did they get?
Yep.
Milton.
I know they got some guys already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, is the pass rusher from the Titans still available?
For who?
From the Titans.
No, he got signed.
No,
who signed him?
He went New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Damn.
New England signed him. Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last question over here for you guys. Would you guys bring, because the Lions just released Zadarius Smith as well. So would you guys bring him as another pass rush, just to adapt to the team for next season?
No.
Yeah, I'd probably pass. I think there are better options. I think you're going to get good options in the draft as well. But I'd probably pass.
Maybe if you bring Cash Doll. Because he day her.
Cash Doll?
Yeah,
you
he
do?
day her. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
Okay.
Google her. Just Google her, my boy. When you get out there, Google her.
Yeah, Cash Doll. Yeah.
Hopefully you don't go blind. Hopefully you don't go blind. You know what they say? The black and berry, sweet juice.
But man,
but like I said, I'll pass on him.
Oh man,
yeah, you're like Cash
we're
Doll
about
for
an hour in, man.
That's for sure.
I appreciate all you guys. Philly 500, man. You're like I said, you're always welcome over here as well, man. And everybody in chat, man, make sure you go follow Philly 500. Make sure you like, subscribe to all the channels as well on Eagles Playbook Podcast, Diamond Crew Sports. And before we get out of here, any final words?
Yes, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, screw the 49ers, screw the Washington Commanders, screw the Cowboys, screw the Bucks, and who else don't like us? And screw the Ravens too, because they fans be hating on us a lot too. Yeah, we don't like none of y'all. That's all I gotta say.
all I gotta say is, in Howie we trust. I don't want everybody to get too antsy because we ain't making the big splash. And Howie we trust. He's gonna take care of everything. We're gonna look back at this and say we ain't had nothing to worry about from the beginning because Howie Roseman got us. He the best GM in the National Football League. That's all I got.
We fuck around.
You already know what time it is. Appreciate all you guys. And you already know what time it is. Daga out.
Peace.
Sure.